Hello YouTubers and welcome to another video. I guess by now viewers may notice this channel currently has keen interest in test equipment, especially multimeters. Recently I've been to a sale on Facebook, and a very nice gentleman has an abundance of test and test equipment, test tool, not the expensive one, the more or less the affordable one. He has a variety of things. Many of it caught my interest, but I am unable to pick them all, and I only managed to pick two essential and one I may say I cannot leave behind. So managed to pick myself a Variac, which quite cheap. He was selling this I think around 10 USD. A solder and a socket, or a two-in-one. I've been using a soldering iron and a sucker for 20 years now, so I thought I qualified myself into the higher division of soldering. So I think this is going to be a time saver, a game changer on my side of repairing stuff, especially when taking out components, because although I've been doing it for more than 10 to 20 years, using the manual where you have one hand with the soldering iron and the other hand with the sucker. I called it sucker. So the proper term for it is a desoldering gun or desoldering tool, but I call it sucker. So been doing that, but sometimes I wish I have something like this to quicken to fasten the job, so that sometimes this thing will interfere with your psychology if you have to take out a component that you put in and then put another one. It's quite time consuming, and at this age I'm finding myself I have to consider spending on things that would help increase the speed of repairs or troubleshoot. Yeah, so these two things are essential. And this one, who knows, I may come across a export model or amps that meant for North American market, traveling musician or those kind of thing. I have a fixed step down, but I guess this is good for warming up tubes, if you put in new tubes, because I see people a lot in YouTube. Some of them uses a step up variac to at least bring up the voltage slowly, not to surprise the tube in a very how you say, not to jerk the tube with a sudden surge of electricity. So I'm more or less a follower of this kind of thing. So I just copy whatever works. In time, I hope to have my own experience to share here too. Yeah. So coming back to the main item here, or the main show here, this is a multimeter. So it's a two-in-one. I never have anything that has two display. I know there's a company that makes this, but that is quite expensive. It's a French company. So to begin with, I'm looking at this as a new thing. So it has only a number here, no lettering, no alphabet in front or behind. I believe it's also sold by several brands. I think ProSkit has this. If I'm not mistaken, they put in empty and leaving the 7030 there. So I'm not sure who makes for who, and quite interesting to for me myself to because I'm quite skeptic with this two-in-one meter, whether the needle will correspond or well, or will equal the measurement on the digital display, LCD display I mean. and whether there's going to be a contradicting result between these two uh, mechanical meter and electronic liquid crystal display. Yeah. So forgive the presentation is not well planned. I'm just doing this. I just got this, and it doesn't come with probe. I believe I got this for 10 USD also. So all, I spent around these three things about 30 USD around there. The person was very kind gentleman. I have to give my thanks to him. Very nice gentleman. In my buying years, there's a lot of nice gentlemen, nice seller I met in person. I guess I'm lucky, so I'm thankful that I met a lot of good seller in my life. So yeah, uh, yeah. So it has basic properties of a multimeter, except the voltage. It's not able to reach 1000 volts in measurement. The AC and DC is switchable here. So I'm gonna turn on the meter now. At least we can hear something or we can see something. I'm trying to get rid of the glare at the same time, so I have to hold it this way. It doesn't have any tilting stand, and I'm gonna detach this later on. It looks smaller without the jacket on. So if we go to AC, you're gonna see a display of let me I hope you can see the meter, not me behind the camera. The condition is very good to me because it doesn't have any scratch. I guess the shininess when this was on the table, on the seller table, caught my attention, but I was like trying to not reveal my attention to it by looking at other thing first. So that's the tactic of buying things. You inquire about something else, and later on you come back to the this meter as though it was not your intention to buy it, and bundle it up and hope for the best price. Yeah. So that is the more or less the advice I can give. I'm not an experienced buyer. So yeah. So to select AC or DC volts measurement, you just press this or depress. If the button is up, you are on AC. If the button is in, you're on DC. So we're gonna straight away measure. Let me put something behind the meter so that and refocus the camera. As usual, there's a lot of multitasking. Doesn't come with its own probe, so I'm gonna measure our AC line here. So we're gonna expect to see. Let me check. We should be on the higher range here to be on the safe side. So let's measure AC line. So it's displaying 241. I think that's the yellow meter previously showing not as this high. So I guess if we read through the needle itself, we're gonna see. Let me check. We are on 200. Maybe the outer range here, going to 2000 there. So it's more or less in line on the 200. So it's not that accurate, but at least I have this to go by. Yeah, that's the AC range. As for DC, I'm gonna push this button and measure my adapter, 9 volt adapter here. Center negative, I think. So we're gonna go down to we're gonna put the probes and measure. So we have up about 11 volts. Let me refocus the yeah, 11 volts on the higher scale of the volt range. Let's go down. So Not sure what's going on here. Probably some loose connection somewhere, so maybe I'm not touching the right spot. What funny is showing an erratic measurement. Let's play with the button. Okay, maybe something wrong with the button, maybe some dirty contact. At 200 volts, it's showing 10.3. Let's go down to 20 volts. So you have more. What do you say that word? More. When I remember the word, I will say it. Yeah. So I didn't look at the needle just now. So let's get the. So I'm sure there's some contact issues with the switch, the AC/DC selector here. Yeah, so let's see whether the needle correspond with the, or at least close enough. So it's showing here 10.25 volts DC. On the needle itself, let me try to it's showing where to which one to see. Yeah, so because I don't have the manual for this, so I'm gonna guess which range am I to see here. So if I were to see it from the this low digit side is 9.5, I believe. According to my eyes, if we look at the top, is still the same, doesn't reach the 100 or 1000 scale. So I guess there's some issues with this. I guess we have to maybe play with the with the with the adjustment here. Let's play with the thing. Not to say play, let's adjust the thing. And let's get it correct. Let's move it which way. Okay. So yeah, it by the right way is actually to look at the reflective mirror, because to avoid parallax. So let's do the measurement again. Yeah, I think I don't mind that for $10 we have this. Furthermore, it's something interesting for me to see, and yeah. So let's measure something else. It has a battery measurement here, two discrete measurement for 1.5 volt battery and a 9 volt. Hope you can see. Let me try to elevate it more so that you can see. Excuse me. Yeah, better. So it has a discrete battery. I have only one battery. This unit uses not my favorite battery, 9 volt battery. So yeah lah, we have to make do with it, whatever the requirement of the test tool. So when on 1.5 battery range checking mode, so you have to look at this range. If it goes on the green area here, means it's good, and there is a discrete area of checking good or bad for the 9 volt itself. If you can see, it's quite hard to see at the camera and this thing, so my eyes doesn't focus very quick. Not young anymore. Yeah, so we're gonna go into the diode checking. So somehow it goes up. So yeah, let's check the one diode. This is 1N4148. Okay, let's turn it around. So showing this diode is okay. And yeah, by default in continuity, let's hear the sound of the continuity. Quite okay. It has some mid and bass sound to it. I like the bass and mid frequency more. I don't like high pitch irritating sound. So this is quite noticeable for the operator to notice a short, or yeah, a short and short. Yeah. So when we go to resistance, it will it doesn't come up anymore. Okay, alright. Let's find a resistor. So I have a variable resistor here. Let's just this is I think a 250k or 200k. Let's go to the oh, my mistake. Okay, I'm on the wrong setting. Okay, alright. Okay, I need to look. Okay, when we are on resistance mode, this thing can be confusing and dangerous if you do not know where the pointer is, like just now. So luckily we are not doing any high voltage measuring. So in resistance mode, the needle is gonna go up for open position, or no never mind. Yeah, it's hard to figure out English English technical words when I doing this thing. So we at 20 mega ohms. Let's decrease the thing. So let's play with the shaft of the yeah. So let's see what I'm looking to see is the value of the resistance on the variable resistor displayed on the display, and at least the needle is close to the measurement, so I can trust either one. For the time being, as for volts, I put my trust more on the digital LCD display than the needle itself. This is quite close, the measurement. If I were to base the reading using the lower number here, is going to 11, so I'm guessing above is 111 on the second outer range. So it's very close. We are at 117k. Yeah. So this is I think a 250k, I believe, a variable resistor. Yeah. Quite long already. This video has been going on. So we're gonna have a look at the. I think I've done testing the controls of this. It doesn't have much things on board, such as only 3 socket, measurement socket, and let's turn it off. And I hope I didn't leave anything out in the explanation. So let's take the jacket out. So it's quite very fluky. So I'm telling myself to if it's yellow, then it's close enough to a fluke. So the external shape is like so. It's quite funny looking actually, but it's more towards an handheld kind of a design. It's quite old actually. I found a video of this in YouTube. Someone was reviewing this, and that video already 10 years old. So I'm quite late reviewing it. But my unit is quite clean and There's not a lot of noticeable scratch. Maybe some marking from the thing. Maybe put upside down on table. And yeah, let's open the unit and have a look inside. I did open this when I was checking the thing prior purchase. What I don't like is the screw itself. It doesn't have metal. Let's put away this because there's some exposed mains line over there. I don't want to be near that for now. Yeah, let's turn it off. Forgive the temporary glare. I'm going to readjust the camera. So this is the internal part. It's quite a lot of thing for simple, and not sure how cheap was this when it was new, but I'm quite impressive. Not impressive about that tiny blob there. That itself is a integrated circuit. When I see this, it kind of reminds me of those old gaming watch, cheap China made one. They uh, instead of putting IC, they put this blob, and I see this also in cheap keyboards. So it's a cheap packaging. They put the whatever that consists of the IC, and then put a blob instead of a hard rectangle shape of a thing to make it an official IC package. So this is the internal part of it. So there's a fuse, two fuse there. Okay, so at least I'm getting more fuse for the money. There's some adjustment here. I hope to find any document of this. Since this is old, I'm sure the document of this meter is available. Yeah, I hope so. Maybe I can do some calibration of my own. Resistor on board is quite good in quality. I believe those are metal film. There's a op amp there. There's a buzzer there. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to point. There's a buzzer there. There's a op amp there. Not sure for what. There's a 3 adjustment here. Hopefully to adjust the needle or to balance the needle. I'm not sure whether this has some circuitry to balance the needle for it to equalize itself to the digital display. For something new, I really assume a lot, and for something cheap, I am I'm pretending to assume a lot of things. Yeah, there's some. I think this is maybe a tantalum capacitor. So yeah, the screw itself doesn't have a metal insert. If this were a thicker plastic, I would re-drill this and put my own metal insert. But I'm not sure whether I want to do that. I'm not sure I want to put M3 metal insert in there. And yeah, it has some shielding over there. The screw itself is not, to me personally, it's not a lot. It should be 4 because it's not really that tightly tightly closed. So yeah, where's the screw? Yeah, self-tapping screw. So one is already there. Let's put it back. This is going to be another long video, I'm afraid. Yeah. So coming back to the screw, I think this design should have 4 screw because it can it's slightly loose, especially when you put in this thing on the jacket, in the jacket itself. When you take it out, it's sort of like stuck a bit there, and then you notice there's some looseness before you take it out like that. Yeah, so it's noticeable. Yeah, so I can't tie this more than it is now because it's already at the max already. So that's it for today. I believe about this. I'm just gonna call it 7030 multimeter, dual display multimeter. Uh, yeah, the what more? Yeah, I believe I saw the serial number just now. So I'm assuming this unit was made in 2011, more or less right. This is the video that I saw was from 2010, so more or less 2011, I think, and the rest is the maybe the production date, the quantity. Could could have sold a lot this meter to yeah, because it has some weight to it. One of the thing that attracted me because of the weight itself, because when I held it, uh, it feels like it has some quality in it. So price is good, then why not bundle up together? Yeah, was given a good price. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this very long video for a cheap China made meter, I think, that doesn't have a lot of features on it, but does look like a fluke. Good enough for me. And have a nice day, and bye bye.